Alright, so today my vlog is again on races of humans, and this time it's the three key migration points, or three key points of migration of the three dominant races of humans during the last 250,000 years. I'll put a map up that shows those 3 points. And it's pretty much, so it's for the white Caucasian race, which is the white race, the white skin race. Those made it to Northwest Europe and the British Isles. And then the brown Asian race, or brown Asian humans, who made it to East Asia or to Asia. There are other brown humans that may or may not have made it all the way to Asia, such as the Capoids, but they definitely must have migrated away from the equator at some point, and probably outside of the Congo. But anyway, the brown Asian humans, and then third, the black African humans, which remained in the Congo. So I have a map that I put together, which is this one. I'll put it up as a slide. Actually, I'll put it up before my presentation and afterwards. So anyway, the main point is that, this is one basis, one factor, and really important factor for the differences in skin color and races of humans. Well, differences in races of humans. So three main races: white, brown, and black, and the different attributes, racial attributes. The key, really, to becoming a white Caucasian was migration to the Northwest and British Isles and settling in that area, eventually developing civilizations and technology that dominated the area, and then eventually led to colonization of the rest of Earth by white Caucasians. That's where they formed to become white Caucasian humans, and then eventually after that they traveled the world by ships, for instance, and eventually got to other places such as Australia, the Americas, and then also other places that other humans were already residing in, such as Asia and back to Africa. So that's the white Caucasian human race. Then there's the brown Asian human race, and these ones for the most part were foot explorers. They walked. I mean, the other ones walked too, but these ones really relied on walking. They eventually settled in Asia, and eventually even walked to America via the Bering Strait, and probably walked and swam and used low technology canoes or boats of some sort initially to get to Oceania, Micronesia, and other places, other islands. With the brown Asian race, the ones that are fairer skinned or whiter skinned, those ones remained in the northern parts, such as Mongolia, China, other parts of Siberia, Japan. And the ones that became darker skinned eventually migrated back towards the equator, which are really towards the equator. So places like the southern part of India, Sri Lanka, Polynesia, some of those Southeast Asian islands, and for that reason, partly, as well as other factors like nutrition and things like that, and interbreeding, they became darker skinned. And then finally, the black African human race. So the black Africans, they remained in the Congo, and they remained in the Congo until slavery. That's one of the unique things about them, that they didn't really leave the Congo or sub-Sahara Africa really on their own accord for the most part. So, it wasn't until the white Caucasians really went and were looking for laborers that they left. And for that reason, their main point of settlement and migration was in the Congo. Mainly in the Congo, eventually West Africa, but that might have more to do with slavery too. So the other group to consider, which provides some confusion, are the mixed race groups, which are really interracial groups between the white, the brown, and the black. So between the Caucasian, Asian, and Africans, black Africans. So these mixed race individuals are really multiracial, and they're really brown. They end up being brown, which is interesting. The genes for skin color and race are not as complex as some people might think. If you mix a white Caucasian person with a black African, you're going to get a brown person every single time. And that is predictable. The mixing of the white Caucasian with the brown Asians start to lead to more of the European phenotypes with more melanin, more like the Latin groups and South American groups and some of the Native Americans. So like Mediterranean skin colors on some level, although some of that is also due to differential sun exposure between different populations. So anyway, the big point of this is that there is an evolutionary basis for the races of humans. One, the white Caucasian human race made it to Northwest Europe and the British Isles and settled there, and the differences in climates and path and of evolution led to their racial phenotypes, which is clearly demarcated. You just have to look at enough white people, black people, and brown people, and it becomes quite obvious what the racial phenotypes almost always are. And then, the brown Asian groups made it to Asia and settled there. So that's like Denisova. When it comes to the Caucasians, that's like Neanderthal, for instance, other hominins, and then eventually Caucasians. The Asians, it's really like Denisova is an incidental hominin that, they have fossil record of that made to Asia. And the brown, eventually brown Asian humans left, or humans, our ancestral humans, left sub-Saharan Africa and eventually settled in Asia too. And that became really a second race. And then the third race, which remained in the Congo, is the black African humans. I'm pretty sure the genetics of race will bear this out when people seriously understand the differences in the evolution of human races and the subspeciation of humans by race, which is skin color, phenotypes such as nose shape, eye shape, musculature, even cellular differences, like among of the bones and things like vitamin D production, and which is what skin and kidneys and bones. So anyway, that's pretty much it. I'll put up the map so you can see it for yourself. Definitely like, subscribe, comment, contact me. This is something that I've been interested in for a while, as I traveled quite a bit as a kid, from Jamaica to Canada to United States of America to parts of England, parts of Europe, South America, and also met travelers from other countries and realized, well, the difference is more than skin color and skin deep. All right, thanks.